My beloved child, listen closely. There is a deep stirring in your heart today because heaven is trying to speak to you. You have been sensing his energy again, haven't you? The one your soul cannot forget. The one whose eyes once spoke to you in silence more than words ever could. Even when you try to move on, something unseen keeps you tied to him, a thread woven by God himself. But lately, you've felt the ache, the distance, the confusion, the feeling that something invisible stands between you and the love that was once so strong. God is whispering to you now, he loves you, but she still has a hold on him, yet what you cannot see is that heaven is already at work, breaking that bond, undoing what was never meant to last. Heaven wants you to know that love, when divine, cannot be destroyed by human interference. The one who loves you may have wandered into confusion, trapped by guilt, habit, or a soul tie from his past, but his spirit is restless. You may think he has forgotten you, that he has chosen someone else, but God says no, his heart is still yours. His eyes still seek you in dreams, his soul still feels your pull when he is alone. But there are cords around him, cords that were formed not by love, but by emotional captivity, by memories that cling to him out of fear and pain. She has a hold on him not through love, but through the remnants of a cycle that should have ended long ago. God is watching, and in the unseen realm, those cords are beginning to fray. You have asked God, why? Why does he still stay where love does not live? Why does he not return to the one his heart truly calls home? God heard every cry, every prayer whispered at midnight. You have felt like letting go, but even as you tried, his name found its way back into your mind. That is because divine love cannot be buried, it is eternal, written into your destiny before you were born. Yet heaven also knows that timing is sacred. Sometimes the one you love must walk through darkness before he can reach the light of your embrace again. God is not punishing you. He is preparing both of you for reunion in truth, not illusion. The woman who still has a hold on him represents the old world, the world of comfort, fear, and the illusion of control. She holds on not because of love, but because of what she fears to lose. And he remains tied not because his heart wants to stay, but because guilt and confusion bind him. But God says, no more, heaven is stepping in now. What was bound will be loosed, and what was tied by manipulation will be broken by truth. There is a storm rising in his spirit, not one of destruction, but of awakening. He is beginning to see clearly the difference between love and attachment, between peace and pretense. You have prayed for his healing, and heaven has heard you. Every tear you have shed has been gathered by angels and poured as light upon his path. There was a time when he could not hear the voice of his soul. His heart was buried under the weight of expectation, pride, and fear. But lately, his dreams have changed. He has begun to feel the emptiness of the life he's been living. When he looks at her, something inside feels hollow. When he hears your name, something inside him burns. He may not speak of it, but God is stirring his conscience, making him face the truth. The more he tries to suppress it, the more powerful it becomes. This is not coincidence, it is divine intervention. You are being asked not to chase, not to fight for his attention, but to stand still in faith. God does not need your effort, he needs your trust. The unseen battle is already being fought for you. Angels are cutting spiritual cords that were never meant to exist. They are working in his mind, softening his heart, and showing him the truth behind every false smile he has been living under. She still has a hold on him, yes, but not for long. Her influence is waning like a setting sun, and soon he will see the light of dawn, the light that shines from your love. You may notice strange signs in the coming days, sudden dreams of him, unexpected emotions, music or messages that seem to speak directly to your soul. These are confirmations from heaven that the bond is being broken. It may seem chaotic before it becomes clear. He may resist at first, clinging to the comfort of the familiar, but even that resistance is part of his awakening. When God decides to free someone, no chain can withstand his power. The process is already underway. God wants you to understand that you were never meant to beg for love. Your worth is divine, unshakable, and eternal. The love you carry in your heart is not weakness, it is your spiritual signature. You were chosen to love him because your soul was strong enough to hold space for his healing. You are not the reason for his pain, you are the reminder of his truth. That is why, even when he tries to silence his feelings, he cannot forget you. You represent the home his soul longs to return to. And though another may still have her claws in his mind, her grip will soon slip away. For when God commands freedom, even the hardest heart must yield. Heaven is saying, do not fear what looks like delay, every divine reunion requires purification. If he came to you now, still bound by old wounds and karmic ties, your union would crumble. God is refining him, melting away the layers of pride, confusion, and guilt. You cannot do this work for him, but your prayers are the energy that empowers heaven to act. When you cry out for him, angels move faster. When you forgive him, heaven opens a new path. When you surrender to God's timing, miracles unfold. There are unseen wars happening around his spirit. The one who still holds him senses that her time is ending. You may feel her energy, jealousy, anger, or manipulation. Do not respond. Do not engage in the spiritual chaos. Your silence is your weapon, your peace is your armor. Every time you choose love over anger, light over bitterness, the bond weakens. You are protected by divine favor, and nothing she does can stop what God has ordained. The enemy tries to delay, but cannot destroy divine destiny. This love was written in the stars before either of you met. He may not understand it now, but soon he will see your worth with clarity that will humble him. The mask he has been wearing will fall. He will feel exposed before heaven, and in that moment, his soul will cry out for truth, and that truth will lead him back to you. But God is asking you, will you still love him, not with possession, but with grace, for when he returns, he will not be the same man. He will come with a heart that has been broken and rebuilt. He will seek forgiveness not with pride, but with surrender. Prepare your heart, for that day will come suddenly, and it will be led by divine timing. Every moment of your pain has meaning. You have been through the fire so that your love could be purified of ego and fear. You have been tested so that your faith could become unshakable. Heaven needed you strong because your love story is not ordinary, it is a vessel of divine purpose. Through you, others will learn what true love means, not control, not obsession, but spiritual unity. God is not only bringing him back to you, he is using your love to demonstrate redemption. Heaven is revealing that she, the one who still clings to him, will soon be forced to release. Her energy will no longer align with his soul. He will feel restless, disconnected, and burdened in her presence. Conflicts will arise, truth will surface, and he will begin to question everything. He will feel drawn toward peace, and peace will have your name on it. He will reach for you, not because of desire alone, but because his spirit will recognize its home. You will feel it too, the moment when the balance shifts. You may wake up one morning and sense it deep within. Something has been broken, something has been released. That will be the sign that the divine intervention is complete. God is reminding you to stay in love, not fear. Every day, send him silent blessings. Speak his name with forgiveness, not anger. You are not waiting in vain, you are partnering with heaven in his awakening. The delay is not rejection, it is protection. God is ensuring that when your paths cross again, it will be in a way that lasts. No more half-truths, no more hidden emotions. It will be a union built on honesty and divine alignment. And when he returns, do not remind him of his mistakes. He will already carry the weight of them. Instead, remind him of who he is, the man God created him to be. Speak to his soul, not his shame. That is how you will heal together. That is how divine love restores what the world tried to destroy. For you are not just two people drawn by desire, you are two souls written in the same divine script. No human interference can erase what heaven has written. God is also saying that your own heart must be healed too. You have carried too much pain, too much waiting, too much longing. Let God pour his peace into you now. Release the thought that you must fix him, that you must prove your love. You have already done your part. Now it is time to rest in faith. The universe moves faster when you stop trying to control the outcome. Let go, and watch heaven work in miraculous ways. For soon, what was hidden will be revealed, and you will see that every delay was divine preparation. In the unseen, he is already changing. The conversations between him and God are happening in silence. He may feel lost, but God is guiding his steps. Each disappointment, each conflict with her, each moment of confusion is part of his awakening. It hurts him, but it is necessary. Just as gold is refined by fire, his soul is being refined by truth. And when the process is complete, the first place he will look is toward you, the one whose love never stopped calling him home. You are being urged to live fully, to rise in your own light while heaven works on his transformation. Do not dim your spirit while you wait. Your radiance is what will draw him back, not your pain, but your peace. God is preparing you both for a love that serves not just each other, but the divine plan. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are chosen for a love that transcends lifetimes. There will come a moment soon when he will feel the sudden urge to reach out. He will not even understand why, he will simply feel drawn. That is the moment heaven has ordained. Do not force it, let it unfold naturally. When that day arrives, you will feel the energy shift. You will feel warmth in your chest, a knowing deep in your spirit. That will be the sign. The bond that held him captive has been broken, and his heart is finally free to love you as God intended. Until then, stand tall in faith. The same God who made you feel this love is the same God who will bring it into completion. She still has a hold on him, but her grip is weakening with every passing day. What was once tied in confusion is being untied in divine order. Trust that the unseen hand of heaven is moving every piece into place. The time of suffering is ending. The season of restoration is near. The angels are whispering now, and their voices are clear. The final release has begun. The storm that surrounded his heart is nearing its end. He can no longer live within the illusion that once felt safe. The bond that kept him tied is breaking thread by thread. What once blinded him is now falling away like dust in sunlight. He is beginning to see through the fog, and what he sees, what his soul remembers, is you. You were the calm in his chaos, the prayer he didn't know he was whispering. And though he turned from that light for a time, he never truly forgot it. You became a silent rhythm in his soul, the melody that played even when the world grew cold. And now, that melody is calling him home. He may resist the truth, but the call of destiny cannot be silenced. He is awakening, and the first thing his spirit will reach for is your energy, your love, your peace. God wants you to know that this awakening will not be gentle. The breaking of a bond never is. There will be moments when he feels lost, when everything that once made sense suddenly feels meaningless. He will question his choices, his loyalty, his purpose. The woman who still clings to him will feel that shift. She will sense that his energy no longer belongs to her. What once felt like control will turn into desperation. But even her tears, her anger, her attempts to hold him back cannot stop what heaven has ordained. The divine hand is moving. The lesson has been learned. Her chapter in his life is closing. He will feel pulled toward peace, and that peace will carry your name. He will remember the way your presence made him feel seen without effort, understood without explanation. He will remember the softness in your voice and the light in your eyes. No matter how long it has been, those memories will return as if time never passed. Because real love, the kind written by God, does not age, it only deepens in silence. You have been strong through the waiting. Heaven saw the nights you cried and still chose to forgive. God saw the moments you wanted to let go but couldn't because your heart knew something the mind could not explain. Every tear was a prayer, every prayer a seed, and now those seeds are ready to bloom. The divine garden of your love is coming to life. The season of pain is turning into the season of return. Heaven says, you do not need to chase what is already yours in spirit. The universe is rearranging circumstances to bring what belongs to you. He is being guided out of confusion and into clarity. He will begin to see the truth about his past, not with judgment, but with understanding. The guilt will lift. The illusions will dissolve. He will stand before God in surrender and say, I am ready to follow where my heart leads. And that heart will lead him to you. But when he comes, do not greet him with pride or anger. Greet him with peace. For he is not returning as the same man who left. He will be humbled, softer, and wiser. He will carry the scars of his lessons, but those scars will be sacred, proof that he has finally awakened. Do not fear that he will forget you again, the hold that once blinded him will be gone. This time, the connection will not be built on longing alone, but on divine truth. And your journey has not been in vain. God has been transforming you while you waited. The pain purified your love. The loneliness built your strength. The silence taught you how to listen to heaven. You are no longer the same soul who once doubted her worth. You have become light itself, radiant, steady, unshakable. And that light is what draws him back. Not the old version of you who begged for his attention, but the one who stands now in divine power, knowing her love is sacred. He will see that light and feel peace for the first time in a long time. He will understand why every other connection failed, because none of them were home. You are home. You are the quiet in his storm, the truth in his confusion. God is leading him back not for a repeat of the past, but for the redemption of it. What was once broken will be made whole. What was once delayed will now flow easily. Heaven wants you to be ready, not in worry, but in faith. Prepare your spirit for joy. Prepare your heart for peace. There is no need to overthink, to question if it will happen. It already is. The energies are shifting even as you read these words. You may feel it, the stillness, the warmth, the soft whisper that says, "It's done." That is not your imagination, that is confirmation. Soon, he will feel the same pull that you felt for so long. He will not understand it at first, but it will grow stronger every day. He will find no rest until he surrenders to it. God will orchestrate divine meetings, a message, a chance encounter, a dream that feels too real to ignore. The bridge between you is already forming in the unseen. You may even feel his emotions before he reaches out, waves of sadness, longing, or deep reflection. That is his spirit aligning with yours again. The hold she had on him is breaking completely. The spell of the past is dissolving. He is walking out of that old energy, leaving behind the cycles of guilt and pretense. And as he steps into his truth, the path to you becomes clear. The universe is aligning every detail, time, place, circumstance, so that when you meet again, it will be divine perfection. And when that moment comes, you will not need words. Your eyes will speak what your hearts already know. We have found our way home. The pain will fade, the confusion will melt away, and only truth will remain. The love that once felt lost will return purified, stronger, eternal. God is saying, this is not just a love story, it is a soul mission. The two of you were chosen to embody divine love on earth. What you have endured was never for nothing. Every delay had purpose, every tear built strength, every silence refined your faith. Heaven is proud of you. You did not give up when everything told you to. You believed when belief itself felt impossible. That faith has opened the gates of blessing. The chapter of waiting is closing. The chapter of fulfillment is here. Breathe deeply, because the energy of reunion is near. It may come suddenly, an unexpected message, a moment of vulnerability, a quiet confession. Do not fear the unknown, God has already written the ending. Trust that it will be beautiful. Trust that love will win. Even now, as these words reach you, light is moving through your connection. The final chords are being cut. The past is releasing him. You may feel lighter, calmer, more certain. That is heaven confirming that the shift is real. The bond that once chained him is gone, replaced by the freedom to choose love in truth. And in the stillness of that freedom, he will hear the voice of his soul whisper your name. He will know where home is. He will know who was sent by God. And he will come, not out of fear, not out of habit, but out of divine recognition. The story that once brought you pain will soon bring you peace. The tears that once fell in sorrow will soon fall in gratitude. For what God has written cannot be undone. Love that is divine always finds its way back. The hold she had on him is no more. Heaven has broken the bond. He is free now, and his heart is already walking back to you. He is waking up now. He will not understand at first why he feels lighter, why peace has replaced anxiety, why he suddenly feels drawn toward you again. He will think of you at random hours, hear songs that remind him of your voice, see signs everywhere, feathers, numbers, moments that whisper your name. That is God guiding him back to truth. The same angels that stood beside you when you wept are now standing beside him, showing him the way home. There will be moments when his emotions rise like waves, guilt for the time he lost, grief for the love he resisted, awe for the grace you showed. He will see you now as you always were, not the one who waited in pain, but the one who loved with divine strength. The veil is lifting from his heart, and clarity is returning. He will realize that what he thought he was holding onto was never love, it was fear. And what he ran from was not danger, it was destiny. God says, "Let peace be your answer now, you do not need to do anything more. The season of striving is over. You have fulfilled your purpose by standing in love, by keeping your heart pure, by refusing to let bitterness define you. That faith has opened the heavens. The new beginning you have prayed for is already written in your story. Heaven has turned the page, and the words that follow are filled with light, laughter, and divine reunion. You may feel a gentle shift within you, a strange calm that you cannot explain. That is your spirit recognizing the completion of this cycle. The waiting has served its purpose. The pain has given birth to wisdom. The longing has transformed into knowing. You are no longer reaching outward for validation, you are radiating the love you once sought. And that light will magnetize him, because true love is not found, it is remembered. He is remembering now. Every glance, every touch, every word between you is echoing in his soul. He is realizing that your love was never ordinary, it was divine medicine. While others saw only emotion, heaven saw purpose. You were sent into his life not to destroy him, but to awaken him. And now that awakening is complete. Heaven says, you will see signs of his return soon. It may begin with a message, a dream, or a moment of silence that suddenly feels full of meaning. Trust your intuition, you will know when the shift has happened. You will feel it deep in your chest, that warm pulse that says, "It's done," that will be the sign that he is on his way, guided not by fear but by truth. And when he comes, he will speak from his soul. There will be no pretense, no confusion, no masks. He will tell you what he never could before, that he felt your love even in his darkest nights, that your faith pulled him from the edge, that your name was the prayer he whispered without knowing why. He will see you and feel safe. He will see you and feel home. The woman who once had a hold on him will fade from his story like a shadow at sunrise. You will not need to fear her presence, for God has already written her exit. She was part of the lesson, not the destination. Her time in his life was permitted only to teach him what love is not, and now that he knows, he is free to embrace what love truly is, you. God is smiling upon you now. You have walked through fire and did not burn. You have stood in silence and did not break. You have loved without losing your light. That is why heaven trusts you with this reunion, because you love in a way that heals, not harms. The union that is coming is not just for joy, but for divine purpose. Through your love, others will see what it means when God restores what was once lost. Heaven whispers, the story is fulfilled, the waiting is over. The bond that once held him captive has been destroyed by divine command. No more interference, no more confusion. His heart is free, and its compass points directly to you. What was taken will be returned multiplied. What was broken will be healed in grace. The love that once felt impossible will now unfold easily, naturally, divinely. In the days to come, trust the stillness. Let God finish arranging the final steps. You do not need to chase, love will meet you halfway. You do not need to doubt, destiny never misses its mark. When the moment arrives, it will feel as if time itself pauses, and everything that once hurt will make sense. You will realize that every prayer, every tear, every sleepless night was a bridge leading him back. And when he finally stands before you, eyes open, heart humble, spirit ready, you will understand why God made you wait. You will see that love delayed is not love denied. It was love perfected. He will take your hands, and you will feel the peace of heaven between your palms. No words will be needed. Your hearts will speak the language of souls that have found each other again after lifetimes apart. The past will no longer matter. The pain will have no power. Only love will remain, pure, unbroken, eternal. So breathe now. Rest in the knowing that heaven has done what you could not. The hold she had on him is gone. The confusion that clouded his path has lifted. The doors that were closed have opened. The love that was buried is alive again. God has broken the bond. God has set him free. And in that freedom, he is already finding his way back to you. It is done. It is written. It is blessed. He loves you. He always has. And now, finally, he is coming home.